Given to you a good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over will be poured into your lap. Now what's the last part? For with the measure you use, it will be measured to you. He added a caveat to this idea of what goes around comes around. Now we've heard that. So, you start doing this and then it comes back to you, And he added though something else. With the measure you use. So you know what he's saying? There's a certain quantity. Some people, they pretty much, all of us to a certain degree, judge a little bit. Thank you for that amen. Moment you say, just any judgment. Looks like the bishop gained some weight. Judgment. Just a little bit. But it's not a big deal, right? Because some judgments, just minor. And then there's some with the quantities a lot. And the same thing with giving. Every one of you today, you're going to give. But some are going to give with a bigger measure than others do. So Jesus wanted us to understand that it's not sufficient simply to give, but to use the right measure. With the measure you use, it's going to be measured back to you. So if you're giving God a teaspoon, then God brings out His teaspoon. Now His teaspoon's bigger, but it's still a teaspoon. And when you give a cup, He brings out His cup. I don't know about you. I want to give the biggest measure I possibly can. And you know what God says? Here's what will happen. It's going to be given back to you. Good measure. Pressed down. Shaken together. And running over. You have a garbage disposal, you put a lot of garbage, and what happens? It compresses it. It presses it down, so more and more garbage. So though it may use a little small area, it has a lot because it's pressing in on it. You go to the garbage dump places, they do the same thing. They compress the garbage. Why? So they don't have to use as much space, but there's more. It's pressed down. And here's what God says. When you give, I'm going to make sure it's given back, but I'm going to press it down. And I'm going to shake it. I'm going to make sure it runs over in your life. In other words, God is telling us, Jesus is saying, this is the way to prosper, is by giving, not by holding back. And I know sometimes when you're struggling financially, you think, well, I can't do this. That's not true. I don't have any sympathy toward anyone who just won't give. Because all of us have something to give. I know when Sonja and I first started, before I married her, I had a minimum wage job. She had I think she was with her family, but whatever little job she did have at the time, we all were tithers. We all gave a tenth of our income to the church. That was just non-debatable. We did it every single Sunday. We gave God our tithe. And when we got married together, we were poor. I mean, we were so poor, we were so low. I mean, we were under the poverty level, and I mean super under the poverty level, that if there was a limbo stick, we could walk under the limbo stick without bending. We're that low. We're like really low. I was making less than minimum wage. I know that's illegal, but my boss had a deal where he paid me a salary and then worked me overtime.